Welcome to this new lesson of Visual Basic Programming. In today's lesson, we will cover the topic of Visual Basic Decision Making and Comparison Operators. Here I have Visual Studio 2015 open. I have started a project and called it Decision Making Project. This is my form. I will work with two examples. The first example is the age example, and the second example is the grade example. So let's go to the first example and start working. I'm gonna double click the click button to create a click event, and now I'm gonna work with my decision making or the conditional if-else statement. Okay, we use the if statement to examine the condition that we provide, and we make a decision based on that condition. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna say dim int age as integer equals, and I'm gonna get the value of the txt age, which I have in my form, txt age.text. Okay, so whatever the user types here, we're going to assign it to this variable int age. Okay, then I'm gonna start working with my if statement. So I'm gonna say if, and this is how we start the if statement, if int age is greater than 18, then, all right, this is the comparison operator right here, the greater than. So the greater than checks if the value of the left operand, which is this one, the int age, is greater than the value of the right operand, which is the 18. These are operands. The 18 and the int age are called operands, and this is called operator. Okay, so if the left side is greater than the right side, then the condition becomes true. Okay, so if the condition is true, we're going to say message box dot show. So if the age is greater than 18, we're gonna display a message box, okay, saying the following: you are allowed to have a Florida driver license. Okay, so if the age is over 18, greater than 18, then in the state of Florida you are allowed to have a driver license. Okay, now the else will come now. Else meaning if the condition is not met, which means the age is going to be less than 18. So else, if the age is not greater than 18, so what you should do, you should display a message box, okay, that show, okay, and we're gonna say the following. We're gonna say you are, or you can only have a Florida learner permit. Okay, so if the age is not greater than 18, if this condition is not met, then we're going to display this message box that says you can only have a Florida learner permit. Okay, let's try this. I'm going to click here on the start. I'm going to bring this here, okay, and I'm going to say 20. Click, you are allowed to have a Florida driver license. Okay, that's good. Okay, because 20 is greater than 18, let's put 19. Again, you are allowed to have a Florida driver license. That's good. What if the age is 17? Let's see. you can only have a Florida learner permit. So, which is this one right here. What if the age is 15? Again, you can only have a Florida learner permit. Okay, so our program works. Okay, the other thing I wanted to show you is what if the age is 18? So if we come here and we type 18 and click, you can only have a Florida learner permit. But as you know, in Florida, if you are 18, you can have a driver license. How we fix that? We're going to fix that by coming here, and we're gonna do this. This is a different operator, and the greater or equals operator checks if the value of the left operand, which is the int age, whatever the user is gonna type, is greater than or equal to the value of the right operand. It's greater than or equal to the operand of the right hand side, which is this one, the 18. Okay, so if the user types 18 or greater, then we're going to show him this. Because in Florida, as you know, if you are 18, you can have a driver license. You don't have to be older than 18. So let's try this now. I'm gonna come here, so I'm gonna say 18. Let's check it out. You are allowed to have a Florida driver license, which is the age that a person can have a driver license in Florida. Okay, let's go now to our second example, which is the grade example, and take a look how we can work with something called nested if statement. Basically, we use the else if statement if we want to check more than one condition at the same time. Let's take a look at this example. I'm gonna type the following. I'm gonna say dim int score as double equals cdbl, then I'm gonna say txt grade dot text. Okay, basically what I did here, I converted whatever the user types in the txt grade dot text to a double. The reason I'm using double is because sometimes the grade has a decimal point. Okay, so whatever the user types here, I'm gonna assign it to the int score variable. Okay, then I'm gonna say if int score is greater or equals to 90, then we're going to say LBL, I believe I called it LBL grade. Let me just say here me.lbl. Do I have a label? I'm gonna go back here. Let me see. What is this label called? I'm gonna call it LBL2 because I'm gonna use it in my program, so I'm gonna call it LBL grade. Alright, so that's let me double click here. So I'm gonna say then me.lbl grade that text equals A. So anyone who scores 90 or greater than 90, he will get the grade A. Else if, now this is the second condition, int score greater or equals 80, then LBL grade that text equals B. Alright, so we're going to say else if again, and you can put as many else if as you want. Okay, else if int score greater or equals 70, then LBL grade that text equals C. Else if int score greater or equals 60, then lbl grade.text equals D. Else. Okay, now we're not going to put else if because this is where we finish our program. So else lbl grade.text equals F. Okay, and that should do it. Basically, we finished. We can save all this, run the program, okay. I'm gonna bring this here, and let's say the score is 90. Grade is A. Okay, let's say the score is 95. The score is A. 97.5. The score is A. Okay, what about 80? The score is B. What about 89? Shouldn't change. The score is B. 89.5. The score is B. That's good. So let's try 70. The score is C. 79. The score is still C. 77.5. C. That's good. Let's try 60. It's D. What about 68? Alright, what about 69.5? It's still D. Okay, now what about 50? It's an F. That's how it works. Alright, so our program works perfectly. Now, there are other operators that you can use when you compare operands, and as you see here from this image here, you have all these operators: does not equal, equals, and greater than, or greater or equals. All these operators you can use when you want to compare two things or more. Okay, and with this we come to the end of this lesson. I'd like to thank you for watching, and you have a good day.